Witch's Hill.
Hello and welcome back to Witch's Hill. I'm Pat.
And I'm Tim.
And today we are going to be doing our very first PG episode where we are going to watch our filthy mouths.
I hope so.
You can hear the faith in your voice.
I have been very unfaithful of this, but I'm going to try.
I believe in you. You can do this.
I believe I can do it too.
Just think that like a nun is standing there wagging her skinny finger at your face.
That's never stopped me before.
I know, but just imagine it. It's kind of funny. But
before we get into all that,
if you would like to send us any inquiries, you guys can hit us up over at witcheshillradio@gmail.com.
And why not join us at facebook.com/witcheshillradio, where we occasionally record an episode live.
Yes.
Which we should be doing one soon.
Yes.
We'll let everyone know when it happens.
Yes, it should be next week, actually. Actually, yeah, it's next week.
Next week we're recording. Okay, yeah, next Wednesday.
Yeah.
I had to think about that.
Yeah, this month has been very pushed together.
Hectic.
Yeah, kind of like Lego pieces, all constructed and not exactly the vision that we intended for, but, you know, it's a statue now.
So, okay, what are we talking about on this PG episode?
Well, we figured that, you know, there's 31 days of Halloween. I'm not going to say October, but since there's 31 days of Halloween, all the kids out there deserve to have a Halloween as well. So we decided to go out and find PG horror movies that you could start watching with your kids, or if there's a kid that's listening to this, and hopefully this is the first episode that you heard, and only episode, 'cause that's very bad. You're a naughty child.
Oh, I could think of a few episodes that would be funny to be the first episode, but let's get on to this.
Yeah, let's get on with this. We have you completely covered for every day in Halloween, so without further ado, let's move on to number one. We have Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
I knew you would have this one on here.
This is one of my favorites.
I think I've only seen bits of this.
Well, here's a quick synopsis of this. We're going to give one for all the movies that we have chosen here. Scooby and the gang are reunited after having gone their separate ways. They are brought together by Daphne and Fred, who are working on a TV show. One thing leads to another, and the crew find themselves in Louisiana in a rather swampy location, where they are hunted by zombies.
Oh!
This is still a fun one for the entire family, because it's the Scooby-Doo franchise. How can you go wrong?
I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty sure the first time I actually even seen this was like either last year or this year.
Was it because of me?
Yeah.
I take no shame in that.
Yeah.
I take no shame in that. That is an awesome thing for Scooby-Doo to do, is have those zombies in there. But let's move on. Would you like to read these off here? Grasp it.
Grasping. The next one is Casper. But it's not really horror. It's more comical and very light.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, it's not your typical horror.
Casper is a kind young ghost who peacefully haunts a mansion in Maine. When specialist James Harvey arrives to communicate with Casper and his fellow spirits, he brings along his teenage daughter, Kat. Casper quickly falls in love with Kat, but their budding relationship is complicated, not only by his transparent state, but also by his troublemaking apparition uncles and their mischievous antics.
That sounds like a good time for the whole family there, Tim.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never actually seen Casper, but I've read comics.
Wait, you've read comics of Casper, but you haven't seen it?
No.
What?
Wow,
No attention span for it when I was a kid.
But wait, I didn't know there's comics.
I could have sworn there was.
Well, I'm out of the loop. Number 3, Gremlins, 1984. A gadget salesman is looking for a special gift for his son and finds one at a store in Chinatown. The shopkeeper is reluctant to sell him the Mogwai, but sells it to him and gives him a warning to never expose him to the bright light, water, or to feed him after midnight. All of this happens, and the result is a gang of gremlins that decide to tear up the town on Christmas Eve.
Oh no!
I like this movie. It's always a fun movie.
It is a fun
It's
movie.
Gremlins. How can you go wrong?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'll say.
What's number 4 there, good buddy?
Now we're gonna go to Goosebumps.
I've got Goosebumps.
2015.
Oh, I don't have that many.
I haven't had, if I can be honest, I haven't had enough faith to watch this one.
I haven't seen this one either.
Upset about moving from the big city to a small town, young Zach Cooper finds a silver lining when he meets his beautiful neighbor Hannah. The teen is surprised to learn that Hannah's mysterious father is R.L. Stein, the famous author of the best-selling Goosebumps series. When Zach accidentally unleashes the monsters from the Fantastic Tales, it's up to Stein, his daughter, and Cooper to return the beasts back to the books where they belong.
You almost made that into like a Wolfenstein type thing. You're like, Stein. Just the abrupt stop threw me off.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Number 5. Poltergeist.
I am so... This is funny.
We kid you not, this is a PG-rated film, so if you haven't seen it, why not share this moment with your kids?
No.
Share it with your young kids. It's okay.
No.
I watched it as a kid, and I turned out just fine.
Horrified. This is the movie that turned me off of horror movies.
What did you just do today?
I binged all the Insidious movies.
All right, exactly.
Well,
now,
that's his
sit down.
He got me into horror. You know what?
Exactly. It trails all back around. Because
he got me back into horror because he forced it on me. But that movie, because of that movie, I literally would not. I refused to watch any sort of horror movie up until the last 3 years.
Strange and creepy happenings beset an average California family. The Freelings. Steve, Diane, teenage Dana, 8-year-old Robbie, and 5-year-old Carol Ann. When the ghosts communicate with them through a television set. Initially friendly and playful, the spirits turn unexpectedly menacing, and when Carol Ann goes missing, Steve and Diane turn to a parapsychologist and eventually an exorcist for help. This is for kids.
It is approved by the censors for children.
Yeah, and it's also best recommended to tell them a scary story before they go into this. Make them watch this at roughly like 9 o'clock at night, and then just put them immediately to bed. They have the greatest dreams. They sleep easily through the night. It is great. And then in the next morning, you could have them watch number 6.
You should never be a father. Number 6, Jaws. I can't believe you have this one on here, too.
Yeah, PG.
When a young woman is killed by a shark while skinny dipping near the New England tourist town of Amity Island, Police Chief Martin Brody wants to close the beaches, but Mayor Larry Vaughn overrules him, fearing that the loss of tourist revenue will cripple the town. Ichthyologist Matt Hooper and grizzled ship captain Quint offer to help Brody capture the killer beast, and the trio engage in an epic battle of man versus nature.
Ooh, love that show.
Ooh.
Oh, no, wait, no, it's Man vs. Wild.
Yes, it is.
I hate that show you mentioned.
Oh, do you?
I think I do.
Oh.
But number 7 I actually love.
Do you?
Yeah, Coraline.
Oh, man.
This one is fun for both the little kiddies and the parents.
And yes, my 2-year-old niece has watched this movie like 5 times in one day.
I feel that love for this movie. While exploring her home, a girl named Coraline discovers a secret door behind which lies an alternate world that closely mirrors her own, but in many ways is better. She rejoices in her discovery until Other Mother and the rest of her parallel family try to keep her there forever. Coraline must use all her resources and bravery to make it back home to her real family. In her real life. Grr.
This movie was surprisingly dark.
It was really dark.
I loved it.
Buttons, man.
Buttons.
Yeah, buttons. The buttons are watching you.
The buttons are always watching you.
I highly recommend that one for anyone who's considering and has not seen it.
Up next, for number 8, we got Frankenweenie.
Ooh.
Young Victor Frankenstein is a science nerd and outsider at school, but he does have one good friend, his dog Sparky. But then, tragedy strikes, and Sparky shuffles off this mortal coil. Victor is heartbroken, but his science teacher gives him an idea of how to jolt old Sparky back to life. The experiment is successful, and all goes well until Victor's fellow students steal his secret and use it to resurrect other dead animals, with monstrous consequences.
Pun, 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 pun. If you really want to creep your kids out, I'm just going to plug this right now. Into the Tall Grass is pretty creepy. Make your kid watch that and then take him to a field.
What's Into the Tall Grass?
No, you're just going to have to watch that on Netflix.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. I don't know. I guess there's some controversy, but that's another topic for another time.
Is it PG?
I don't think so.
Oh, well then don't show it to you.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really messed up. Like, if you just want to just be like, you know what?
I'm going to scar you a little bit.
Yeah. You ruined Daddy's cleats. And you're going to watch this tonight and just not sleep well.
You really should not be his father.
We're going to watch this in the basement. All right, number 10 is Ghostbusters from 1980.
Woo!
Yeah, right? Everybody loves Ghostbusters. After the members of a team of scientists lose their cushy positions at a university in New York City, they become Ghostbusters to wage a high-tech battle with the supernatural for money. They stumble upon a gateway to another dimension, a doorway that will release evil upon the city. The Ghostbusters must now save New York from complete destruction!
This is such a perfect movie to show your kids.
It really is. It's a good one. It freaked me out from Fridges for a while.
I mean, Rick Moranis, man.
Yeah, he apparently just... He's got an interesting story.
His story is awesome. He's a great dad.
Yeah.
All right. So, this one, number 11... I really want to find this. I have been searching for this forever. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. In a spoof of low-budget sci-fi films, oozing tomatoes go on a rampage, splattering innocent victims. That is literally the only synopsis for it. It is...
Yeah. These synopsises were literally just... You know,
that's all it needs. That's all it needs. This movie is amazing. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, and I need to find it.
I think if there was too much given away, or like there was just too much depth to it, it'd probably just ruin the magic that it had.
If someone knows where to find it, please let me know.
Maybe just replay. You definitely find it on Amazon. 12. Beetlejuice. Say it 3 times, kids.
Beetlejuice is another great one.
After Barbara and Adam Maitland die in a car accident, they find themselves stuck haunting their country residence, unable to leave the house, when the unbearable Dietzes and teen daughter Lydia buy the home. The Maitlands attempt to scare away without success. Their efforts attract Beetlejuice, a rambunctious spirit whose help quickly becomes dangerous for the Maitlands and innocent Lydia.
That was another great movie.
I love that. That's like a staple in horror and comedy. It's so fun.
Really is.
If you love Michael Keaton, you gotta watch it. Or Winona Ryder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now down to number 13, we got The Nightmare Before Christmas. The film follows the misadventures of Jack Skellington, Halloween Town's beloved Pumpkin King, who has become bored with the same annual routine of frightening people in the real world. When Jack accidentally stumbles on Christmas Town, all bright colors and warm spirits, he gets a new lease on life. He plots to bring Christmas under his control by kidnapping Santa Claus and taking over the role. But Jack soon discovers even the best laid plans of mice and skeleton men can go seriously awry.
That makes me charmingly befuddled.
Yes.
I don't know. I just started thinking about Family Guy.
Quite indubitably.
It's intrusive to my health.
Sounds like a problem, man.
What? Number 14.
Number 14?
Number 14? Young Frankenstein.
You said it correctly.
I did. Respected medical lecturer Dr. Frederick Frankenstein learns that he has inherited his infamous grandfather's estate in Transylvania. Arriving at the castle, Dr. Frankenstein soon begins to recreate his grandfather's experiments with the help of servants Igor, Inga, and the fearsome Frau. After he creates his own monster, new complications ensue with the arrival of the doctor's fiancée.
Up next at number 15, we have Tales from the Crypt, 1972. Ooh. This one also surprises me.
Does it?
It really does.
Yeah, it surprised me too, honestly.
I have to admit, when I was a kid, he creeped me out.
Yeah.
Crypt Keeper creeped me out, but you know what?
It was always a draw, too. It's just like, that is so creepy, but he's like, cool.
This is why we're into these sort of things.
Yeah.
When people in a tourist group get lost within ancient catacombs, they meet the sinister Crypt Keeper, who tells them each their fate. The creepy figure's macabre stories involve Joanne Clayton, a wife dabbling in murder, and Grimsdyke, a retired sanitation worker targeted by his suspicious neighbors. Among the other characters is adulterer Carl Maitland, who may face a fitting demise if the Crypt Keeper's yarns come true. Ooh.
Yeah, there's nothing like a zombie telling you how you're gonna die.
Yeah.
16. Corpse Bride. Victor and Victoria's families have arranged their wedding. Though they like each other, Victor is nervous about the ceremony. While he's in a forest practicing his lines for the wedding, a tree branch becomes a hand that drags him to the land of the dead. It belongs to Emily, who was murdered after eloping to her lover and wants to marry Victor. Victor must get back above ground before Victoria marries the villainous Barkus Bittern.
Finally got through it.
Yeah.
That one actually took you a few times. All right, number 17, we have Hocus Pocus. Because come on. This is like the October staple.
Yeah, it's definitely become one of the bigger movies for October. That and Halloween.
After moving to Salem, Massachusetts, teenager Max Dennison explores an abandoned house with his sister Danny and their new friend Allison. After dismissing a story Allison tells as superstitious, Max accidentally frees a coven of evil witches who used to live in the house. Now, with the help of a magical cat, the kids must steal the witch's book of spells and stop them from becoming immortal. I mean, you have to, like, I feel like you kind of have to watch this one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's just like Beetlejuice. Like, you need to see it at least once.
Yes.
Regardless whether you like it or not, you need to at least witness it. Now on to a more astonishing one. 18. The Legend of Hell House. 1973.
Okay.
Scientist Lionel Barrett and his wife, Anne, lead a team into an infamous Belasco house, supposedly haunted by the victim of its late owner, a notorious serial killer. Though the rational Barrett does not believe in ghosts, the other members of his group do, include devout spiritualist Florence Tanner and psychic medium Benjamin Fisher, who has been in Belasco House before and seen what horrors can befall those who enter it.
You're really getting into reading these.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right, number 19. Nosferatu the Vampire.
I'm here to suck on you.
Jonathan Harker is sent away to Count Dracula's castle to sell him a house in Verma, where he lives. But Count Dracula is a vampire, an undead ghoul living off of men's blood. Inspired by a photograph of Lucy Harker, Jonathan's wife, Dracula moves to Verma, bringing with him death and plague. An unusually contemplative version of Dracula, in which the vampire bears the cross of not being able to get old and die.
Well, that's weird.
That's quite a story there.
That is quite a predicament, and I wish I had more Pez in my dispenser.
Well,
yes.
no one told me there was Pez here. Why didn't you share?
I'm sorry, you could say this is a monster house. 20. Monster House. No adults believe three youths' assertion that the neighboring residence is a living creature that means them harm. With Halloween approaching, the trio must find a way to destroy the structure before innocent trick-or-treaters meet ghastly ends. Cue lightning and my death scene. Ah! Woe is me! I was hit by a Tonka truck.
I've only seen a little bit of that movie.
Monster House?
Yes.
I've never seen it. I don't own a TV. Or a phone. Or any form of... Stop looking at all the things I'm naming. Here's words for you, buddy.
Number 21. It's alive!
Woo!
leaving their son Chris with a family friend. Frank and Lenore Davis head to the hospital for the birth of their second child, which turns out to be a mutant who kills many doctors and nurses as it escapes. Convinced his monstrous son must be destroyed, Frank ignores Lenore and Chris's pleas and tries to destroy the freakish progeny, unaware that the infant may be the blameless product of an experimental drug gone wrong.
I like how it says, like, destroyed.
Yeah, he needs to actively destroy that being.
Not to get all, like, PG assertion, you know, just, like, you could be like, oh, we need to end him. We need to stop him. Just like, no, we must destroy him. Like, that I just think sledgehammer.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Well, destroy. It's just,
dear.
Yeah. Well. Anyway, moving on. 22, Little Monster, 1989. Oh my God. Brian isn't scared of monsters living under his bed. On the contrary, when he gets to know the wild-eyed boogeyman Maurice, the pair become fast friends. During the night, Maurice takes his young charge into another world of monsters, where they have a great time making mischief in lives of sleeping children. But Brian's opinion of Maurice and his freewheeling lifestyle changes when he discovers that he himself is turning into a monster. Oh, thank God I made it through.
That movie, I love. I love that movie so much.
I've only seen it once.
I grew up with it, and me and my sister were obsessed with it. I still have it. It's great.
I'd give it a watch again.
I mean, Fred Savage, come on.
I was thinking Ben Savage, and I was going to start doing the Boy Meets World thing.
All right, now this next one, number 23, doesn't really have a rating.
Oh, which one is this? Is this,
Under Wraps.
Yeah, but this is a Disney movie, and they're always family friendly. And this is like a TV movie, so...
3 12-year-old children, Amy, Marshall, and Gilbert, encounter a mummy which has been undiscovered for 3,000 years. While investigating, they accidentally revive him, but he must be returned to his resting place by midnight on Halloween, or he will never find his long-lost love.
Mummy love.
Girls.
All right, number 24, Twilight Zone the movie. This tribute to the beloved supernatural TV show has 4 episodes. In the first, racist Bill Connor is transformed into a Jew in World War II. Next, Mr. Bloom comes to a retirement home to teach the residents that they are only as young as they feel. In the third, teacher Helen Foley meets Anthony, a boy who is not what he seems. Then John Valentine, a passenger aboard a plane, sees gremlins attacking his flight.
Oh, dear!
What's on the wing? It's a gremlin.
Clearly.
Oh, here's your gremlin, sir.
Thank you for the gremlin.
Yes.
I don't know what to do with it.
Toss it out the window.
Okay, good show.
Jolly good.
Number 25 is Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Snatcher.
In Santa Mira, California, an alien species of human duplicates emerge, grown from plant-like pods that are taking over the town.
Oh no, the corn monsters!
Pod thing, leave me alone. I hope someone caught that. I really hope. I'm going to be so happy if someone caught that. I just made a nod to a very select group of people.
And just like how we started off with, we have another Scooby-Doo in this mix. So that number 26, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
You would put this.
I also love this movie. It was great. The gang meet a horror writer who, by the way, is Tim Curry. Yeah, everybody loves Tim Curry. If you don't, you're wrong.
Wow, okay.
I just teach your kids to love Tim Curry. He's great. The gang meets a horror writer who invites them to go back to his hometown for the Autumn Fest, where they learn that one of the writer's ancestors was a witch who is apparently haunting the city. Not just that, you also get the Hex Girls.
Oh.
Yes.
Hex Girls.
Yes.
Okay.
They're going to put a spell on you.
I put a spell on you.
Not quite. That.
Oh.
Yeah.
'Cause you're mine.
I mean, not yours. Stop it.
Okay, number 27. We have Disney's The Watcher in the Woods.
It's watching you.
Is it? Creepy. An American family move into a British country house only to encounter malevolent spirits. The ghost of the owner's daughter, long missing, torments the family's young girl. Not much in the way of description, but you know what? That's all you need.
Oh yeah. Well, I hope the people who have made it this far have at least got some type of idea of what they can show their kids that they find appropriate for them. We do have some honorable mentions at the end before we close everything off, but number 28 is My Mom's a Werewolf.
No, she's not. She's lying in the other room.
You made me nervous.
I'm leaving that in, I hope you know.
Oh God, it spilled into a cup.
No.
After homemaker Leslie is bitten by something strange at the local pet shop, she begins to transform into something non-human. It's up to Leslie's daughter to find a cure to help her mother.
Just awkward look down. Start shuffling your legs.
What's next? There we go. And somewhere.
Number 29, Teen Wolf.
Ooh, Teen Wolf.
When high school nerd Scott Howard learns from his father Harold that being a werewolf runs in the family, he decides to take advantage of his freakish trait. With his newfound strength and agility, Scott quickly becomes the hero of his school's basketball team, while winning over a longtime crush, Pamela Wells. As he grows more popular, Scott worries he is being celebrated as a novelty rather than for who he is. And no, dude, I know you may think that this is starring Rob Schneider and that it's rated PG-13, but it's not.
Strong South Park vibes off this.
It's not starring Rob Schneider, and it is not rated PG-13.
It's Michael J. Fox, actually.
And it's rated PG.
And James Hampton. And Lori Griffin. Number 30, The Other. From 1972. After their father dies, young twin brothers Holland and Niles spend their summer playing around the farm, while their mother hides in mourning. Holland is the more mischievous of the two, while Niles is shy and quiet. Their grandmother, Ada, has taught Niles how to project himself into other people and animals as a harmless game. But when a series of deadly tragedies strike the family and friends, only Ada suspects the truth.
Bum, bum, bum.
Wee, wee, wee. Oh, bother.
Number 31, Death Dream. When a presumed dead soldier reappears at his parents' house, there is joy. But soon, as his behavior becomes more odd, tensions arise within the family. What could happen?
Pancakes, maybe.
I mean, pancakes would be a great thing to happen.
A good hearty breakfast.
I haven't had pancakes. Actually, no, that's a lie. I had pancakes with Amanda the other day. Those are good pancakes.
I have not had pancakes in quite some time.
You should probably have some pancakes.
I probably should. But that is pretty much the end of our list. That is 31. But we do have a couple of honorable mentions and a bonus.
Oh, throwing him a bonus.
The bonus, number 32, King Kong from 1976.
There you go.
Yes. If you don't know what King Kong is, well, you should probably just watch it because it's a giant ape. That's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Descriptive.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Well, these are just honorable mentions. They didn't quite make the list, but
oh,
yes, because we were just covering the 31 days of Halloween.
And it's nice, yeah. Everyone loves Halloween. You gotta make sure it's kid friendly too.
Well, not everybody loves Halloween, and they're just
most
wrong.
People love Halloween.
It's like those people who are trying to change the date of the Halloween, like the celebration, 31st. They want to make it some other day. It's do you guys not know history?
No.
Come on now, calm down. You stop that.
You stop that now.
Yeah, you stop that. You get the wag of the finger from Witch's Hill. But to finish off the honorable mentions, we have Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, because what better way than to watch death just chill around with some kids?
That show was interesting.
I love that show. But even going back even a little bit further, Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I was hoping you were going to say that, because I was thinking that immediately.
Absolutely love it. Absolutely terrifying as a child. I hated it. I loved it because it freaked me out as a kid. But it was like super creative.
2 specific shout outs. How about Return the Slab?
Yes, King Ramses' Curse.
And the one where he was naughty.
Fred. Yeah, Fred.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
he was creepy.
He was feeling naughty. And the last one, which is actually a Disney one, just because I thought it was creative, Halloween Town. And I think there's like 3 movies. They were all, I believe, made for TV. You can find them on DVD. It's about a young witch and the entire town, city, whatever you want to call it, of Halloween, and it never changes. And it's just fun. It really captures the spirit of Halloween.
Yes.
But again, it is for the kids, so don't be expecting a ghoulish sensation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess in the end, for the parents out there, it's really up to you guys to decide what's appropriate for your kids. This is just a list of the PG ones.
Yeah.
You could
Show them Evil Dead.
Yeah,
Remake.
you could just say, hey, you're going to watch
Insidious.
Yeah, by yourself. I mean,
Dark Room.
When I was 7, I've said this many times, I watched the It made-for-TV movie.
Mm-hmm.
When I was 7, by myself, in the middle of the night. I wasn't that scared. I mean, I was a little scared, of course, but I got through it. You can too.
I mean, I was playing Resident Evil 2 on the PS1 when I was like 7 or 8, and I mean, I guess it all depends on how well your kid handles horror. Because even though it scared me, like I would like dive in, but then I would back out. I'd be like, "This is really freaky," run away. Yeah. But hope you guys are all having a great Halloween month, because we are finally getting the studio almost completely settled. It'll be settled on Monday. So between this episode and the next episode, we will finally have our studio.
Wait.
This Monday.
Oh!
Yeah.
I just realized. Okay.
Yeah, it's this Monday. Everything is going to be fine. We'll be able to set up everything, and we won't be as cramped for time. And the quality of our episodes will go back up rather than being a little rushed, so to speak. But we also have the weekend releases of horror stories that are read aloud, like audiobook forms, which this Saturday we'll also have another one.
And just keep in mind, keep a lookout for the haunted house reviews. We're going to be doing that on our YouTube, and that should be out soon. We're going to one this weekend. I think that's the last one before we put out the review.
Right on.
I am excited for it.
Yes, because we all know that the haunted houses go well past the October month.
So since we are switching it over to YouTube instead of just having it, here on the podcast, we're going to be doing them a couple times, because there's a couple special events that we've planned out to do for the rest of the year, and I want to do reviews on that and still put them out.
All right on.
Give some people stuff to look forward to next year.
That'd be nice. Give a little head start for everybody. Make their lists and whatnot. A lot of people do that. We know a lot of people who work at the haunts too. So
I got to know quite a few people that do that.
Yeah. So tilt of the hat to all of you, because we know that you guys have been busting your behinds out there. We did it. Can I just get a high five? We did it.
Yeah,
I almost slipped up right there. We got through a PG episode and we watched our mouths. Yes. I am so glad they don't get to see the outtakes. You guys don't even know how many outtakes there really are in this episode. You know what? I'm actually, as I go through the edit, I'm gonna come up with. I'm gonna count them, and I want you guys to. I probably have a lot. Send us a message with a random number. If you get it right, I'm gonna give you something. I'll give you something personal, nothing inappropriate, but I will. If someone guesses it dead on, I will honestly give you something from the studio. All right, I guess we're gonna go off the honor system here. So the first person who guesses the correct number and emails it specifically to witcheshillradio@gmail.com, or messages us on the Facebook, but it has to be a message form. You cannot be a comment. It cannot be a tag or anything like that. Either email or Facebook. And I'm gonna say we'll give you guys a few weeks. We'll announce it on an episode. Yeah, that works. Well, guys, until next time, we will spook you later. Yeah, you guys stay spooky. Woo! Witch's Hill.